Good morning.
Boy, we're glad you could all come out this morning in this kind of rain. As you can tell from the parking lot, rain does not stop golfers. Why should it stop patrons, right? But it's kind of wet morning, only golfers and ducks like this. And we're glad you were able to make it. I see everybody survived the conventions. I didn't want to watch a whole lot of it, but I had to watch a little bit, and the Democratic convention just blew me away. How people just blatantly lie like that. Totally avoid talking about the record and make really outrageous statements, and then try to get hope and change and come vote for us again. And then the very next morning, the unemployment report comes out. Less than 100,000 new jobs in the previous month. Almost 4 times as many people that dropped off the rolls. Their unemployment benefits have been exhausted. They're no longer counted. 4 more years of that? No, thank you. Anyway, my editorial is completed, and now I'd like to invite John Burke to lead us in the, give us the invocation.
Let us bow our head in prayer. Lord God, our Heavenly Father, thank you for all the good you do in this world, and for the rain today that we needed throughout the summer. We thank you for blessing us with this meeting, and help us and our leaders and guide us to be good servants of yours and to do your will, and help us in these coming elections in turbulent time. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
And now, Lisa, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this moment, I'd like to introduce our elected officials. And let me just pan here from left to right and see if I can spot them all. Let's see who we've got. Okay, Colleen, you go first.
Good morning, everybody.
And your position?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm the county recorder.
And you are up for re-election?
I am up for re-election. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
Great. Nancy, you're next.
Okay. I'm Nancy Abbott. I'm a clerk of court for the Medina Municipal Court, northern 2/3 of the county, and you don't have to worry about voting for me in November. I'm on the ballot this year.
All right. Now, one notch to the right, there's this guy back there with the black glasses. And your name, and are you up for re-election?
As a matter of fact, I am. You can tell that from my voice. I've traveled the state campaigning for our candidates. Gosh, last week I was up in Lake County, down Clark County, and so forth. My name is Bill Batchelder. I have the honor to serve as Speaker of the House of Representatives, and we were able to go from 46 members, a minority, to 59, a majority by 9 votes. And I'm very, very proud of what our people accomplished in this last section. I would very much appreciate your help and support. I'm the first Medina County Speaker since 1880 something. Wow. Thank you.
Hopefully you can get that over 59 this year. All right. And Steve, you're next.
Yeah, Commissioner Steve Hambley, and I am up for re-election and would appreciate your support.
Last but not least, John Burke.
I'm the county treasurer, and I'm up for re-election also. And I keep getting people asking me, "Are going to get your signs up?" Because my opponent's been up since March. So yeah, they're coming out this next week.
Is there anybody here I've missed? He's not an elected official. Oh, that's right, candidates. Okay, well, thank you for saying that. We've got a special thing here. Tom Miller and John DeShawn are here. And since they are opposing each other, we'll let them speak for up to 3 minutes to introduce themselves and tell us what they would like to say. So, actually, we're going alphabetically. John, you get to go first.
Good morning. I'm the other guy. When I walked in the room, I had a gentleman ask me if I had a law enforcement background. And I got to thinking about that, and yes, I do. Matter of fact, I worked with Speaker Batchelder's father. I was a special bailiff during a murder trial up here in Valley City. I have 32 years at the Medina County Sheriff's Office. I started as a deputy, promoted to sergeant, lieutenant. I've managed every division in the Sheriff's Office. I have the distinction, I'm running on the Democratic ticket, but I have the distinction of probably being the only Democrat who was ever hired by 3 Republican office holders. I've worked for Judge Phil Baird, I worked for Sheriff Neil Hassinger, and Judge John Lone. I'm also a national law enforcement consultant. I teach everywhere from Portland, Oregon, Portland, Maine. I have a lot of ideas on how to do more with less at the Sheriff's Office, and I would appreciate your support, and I thank you very much for having me. I will stick around until after the meeting because I never want to miss one of Speaker Batchelder's talks. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll stick around until after the meeting.
Thank you, John. And next we have Tom Miller.
Good morning. I have notes, but I don't think they're going to take 3 minutes. My name is Tom Miller. I'm currently the Chief Deputy at the Medina County Sheriff's Office. I have also, within law enforcement, 30-some years of Medina County of sworn law enforcement experience. Some of that with the city, but the city of Brunswick, where I served there. I was there from patrol officer to sergeant to lieutenant. At the Sheriff's Office, Neil Hatchinger hired me to be the jail administrator. While the jail administrator, we reached for the first time and only the 3rd one in the state of Ohio to receive accreditation as a jail, state accreditation. He then moved me to Chief Deputy, where I've served since then. I served in the Navy. My twin brother and I joined together. That's where our paths parted. After that, he went to an aircraft carrier. I went to the submarine. After getting out of the Navy, I went to college on the GI Bill. While in college, I decided to become a law enforcement officer. Took tests and was hired by the city of Brunswick. Finished up the GI Bill and got my master's on law enforcement education program and urban studies with a focus on criminal justice. I also worked in the Brunswick City school system as a crisis prevention specialist, grades K through 12, and as a special education teacher. The grant I wrote actually developed the first state resource officer program here in Medina County. I have various experiences, including management and leadership of actual agencies, including second in command at the Sheriff's Office. I've led 2 protective service agencies where I've had to manage personnel, hire and terminate, manage budgets, and bring them under or very close if I want to keep my job. And it's the same thing at the Sheriff's Office. John's correct. We have a budget that's very large. It's 11 to 13 million, depending on how you value it. And I'm the one with the most experience in taking care of that. So I appreciate your support. Neil Hassinger has trusted me over the years. I hope I can gain your trust and receive your votes in this coming election.
Thanks, Tom. The new copy is here. Okay, at this time, I'd like to see a show of hands of people who are here for the first time. We've got a few of them. Glad you're here. Hope you come back. Let me tell you a little bit about us. Medina County Friends and Neighbors is a conservative grassroots organization that was conceived September 3rd, 2008. And our first meeting was about 3 weeks after that. So we're getting close to 4 years now. Very close to our 4th anniversary. Our first guest speaker at our first breakfast was a gentleman by the name of Bill Batchelder. So I think it's very, very good for us to have him again at this time. We are a big tent here. We have Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. Nonpartisan, we allow a variety of views to be expressed from the podium. We have a few rules about that. We don't permit obvious opposition research, like the people tracking around Jim Renacci and camcording his every move, even at his home. We don't allow disruption, so we do evict people. We have done it once. We don't like to do that, so please follow the rules. No personal attacks, no disruption. Other than that, we have a free speech approach here. Some of the opinions you hear may not be approved by management. One other thing, I would like to invite everybody to be sure to sign up when they're here. It helps us get a count of the people who are here. If you give us our email address, then that helps us to keep you informed about future events. And if you put down in the right-hand column how you learned about us, it helps us to get the word out, get more people in here. At this time, I would like to, another elected official just walked in. It's just a moment too soon there, Larry.
How are you?
I'm great. Larry Alboff, our state senator. And a fine barbecuer. That's good to know. One other announcement or introduction I would like to make is Bruce Edwards from the Thomas Jefferson Knowledge Institute. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. You want to come up here and say hello?
Thomas Jefferson Knowledge Institute, quite a few of you know, obviously there's some visitors here. We're a non-profit 501c3, nonpartisan, tax-exempt educational foundation. Great explanation. We've been around as far as individually for about 2 years trying to teach the Constitution different aspects that deal with that, specifically targeting people so they understand a foundation with regards to how they can implement different things and how the political process as well as various aspects of how history has been ignored, various aspects of that we bring out. Some of the things that have happened, we have actually now incorporated as a 501c3 as of March. We are in the process right now as I speak. Our attorney is filing our papers with the IRS. So by the first of the year, we'll actually be able to have, if I remember how to pronounce this correctly, I got to actually look at my paper here, individual estate planning that will be available. Some of the things that we actually get involved with, nothing with regards to politics. Everything that we do deals with things such as Constitution Day. Ron was going to be passing out, if he hasn't passed out yet, my card. Now he's going to get all excited here. One of the things that we established ourselves based upon Constitution Day, which is a federal mandate that deals with K through 12 on September the 17th. This year it is a Monday. That the Constitution has to be taught to every child in every subject matter in every public school. That means your music teachers, your art teachers, your science teachers have to teach this. Well, it's a little frustrating for them. So one of the purposes of what we came along was to basically provide them with the capability of answering that federal mandate. We have a little bit of a program that's developing on that. Now I have out front, I did not have enough of these for everybody here, but it is an update of what we're doing. Just take one if you, individually or corporately, whatever. My printer ran out of ink last night, so otherwise I would have had enough. I told Jim it would be less than 60 seconds. It's been more than 60 seconds. If you have any questions, please give us a call or talk to us afterwards. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Bruce and the Thomas Jefferson Knowledge Institute for their generosity. We've had a very active program in Medina County for the last 2 years of getting pocket constitutions and 2 films in each of our public high schools. And hope to continue that. We're very happy that the founding documents bill was passed, authored by Senator Larry Ossoff this past year. So I see a lot of progress to be made in reinstilling the heritage that we grew up with into the young people of today. It's time to strike. And by the way, one recent gift was given by the Thomas Jefferson Knowledge Institute through MCFAN to provide all of the members of the Ohio House of Representatives with a copy of the 5,000-year lead. So, thank you very much. Which leads us right into the Ohio House of Representatives. You know, 2010 was a huge, huge year. And I hope we're going to have an even better this year. One of the things that made 2010 so successful was that we had kind of a grassroots campaign based upon the individual state representative house districts, all 99 of them. The Tea Party movement and the Ohio Republican Organizing Council under the generalship of Bill Batchelder went after all 99 districts and won a majority, picked up 14 seats, came within a whisker of picking up more. And so that was just a really huge victory. You can look at how many state U.S. Congress seats we picked up, and you can trace them right back to that battle. And we even lifted up a U.S. Senator. We swept the executive positions in Ohio and even the Supreme Court. Grassroots action actually really does make a huge difference. Well, here we are in 2012, and in some ways it's very similar to 2010. The voters have gone silent. I think it's silent anger. I think they're waiting to retaliate. And all we've got to do is waken up that anger and say, it's time. It's time to go to the polls and cast your ballot. And that means that we need to get active, and we need to knock doors, we need to ring phones, write letters to the editor, grab signs, stick them in the yards, put bumper stickers on, and wherever you go, be a walking billboard. Make people ask, what does that mean on your shirt? What is that organization? Oh, what do you know about Bill Batchelder? Or what do you know about Josh Mandel? There is nothing more effective than person-to-person, friend and neighbor communication. Every one of us in here will influence the vote of about 20 other people if we just talk to our friends and neighbors. Those who are more active can influence the vote of hundreds. And in some cases, I'm not picking you out, Janie, will influence the vote of thousands of people. Same for you, Norm, and several others. Anyway, leading the charge again this year, our own favorite son, Speaker of the House, State Representative, former Judge, Bill Batchelder.
Appreciate that. I really do. Thank you. Sometimes the House doesn't feel that way. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm really honored to be here with you today. We have undertaken a revolution in Ohio that has not occurred in a number of other states, and I think each of us should be very proud of it. When I was trying to get people elected the last time, working with, in quotation marks, state headquarters, I experienced an absolute lack of interest on their part in doing what we had to do to take control of the House. Well, we decided that that was a change that should be made along with our new memberships. And so we recruited across the state some of the outstanding people who were willing to run in these big districts, willing to run for state leadership roles. And Sharon Ray and my brother William, they were part of that effort. They won by overwhelming majorities because people understood the need for a change in the Republican Party. People said to me, oh, well, you're part of the leadership. Not when they're not doing what they're supposed to, I'm not. And I was able to obtain the governor's support in that campaign, and we spent a little money around the state, and at the end of the day, we took control of the state Republican Party. About time. And Medina County was a leading part of that effort. And our two Medina County candidates ran just super well. The margins were dramatic. And it's time for people who believe in America and not in themselves to get busy and make sure that the people who are elected to these posts are like them and not like the people who are in the back room messing around. Speaking of which, we have a back room issue on the ballot this year. Honest to gosh, the hits keep coming. They have cooked up a procedure and put it on the ballot, which is unbelievable to me. This is so bad that it is unprecedented in its badness. We've had a lot of bad issues on the ballot, let me tell you. In this particular proposal, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, who sure better not be political, Celebrezze was enough. Those of you that are older can remember that one. The Chief Justice is supposed to pick 8 Court of Appeals judges. And then they're going to appoint the people, 4 R's, 4 D's, and 4 independents. I don't know too many independents that are willing to volunteer. Those are independents with quotation marks around them. 4 of each of those to do the congressional districting and to do the legislative apportionment. There's no restraint on these people. They have the ability to tap the Treasury for whatever they want. There's no restraint. They have absolute power to do that. And in addition to that, they have absolute power to do whatever they want in the way of drawing districts. At this time, in Ohio, we have one of the best apportionment laws in the country. And it was because Republicans got greedy in 1966, and they overreached, and an issue was put on the ballot, not as bad as this one, but bad. And you know what? The people rose up and knocked it in the head. After that, they did what I do in the House of Representatives. They got together with the Democrats and drafted a plan that was fair and equitable. Let me just suggest to you how hard I worked on congressional redistricting. This is nationally important. We've lost 2 seats in Ohio because of our shrinking population. So we had to do an apportionment, a districting that reflected the people of the state of Ohio. Well, they all said, oh, this is all going to be partisan, yada, yada. When we got done, out of 99 members, there were 80 votes for our plan. A majority of Democrats joined with a majority of Republicans and put a plan on the ballot that was acceptable to 80 out of 99 members. Now, that's not something that happens in other states. I understand that. But it's our job to be fair and equitable in the apportionment of congressional districts and House and Senate seats at the state level. And we did it. I'm still very pleased with the fact that there are no black votes against that legislation. It recognized the position of the black community in this state and the numbers of people that they represent. This was an effort to do the right thing. And so what happens? Well, the Democrats, who above all else want to circulate petitions, put issues on the ballot that are crazy, they proceeded to do that. You should know that the majority of the money came from that great nonpartisan person, Obama. You should know that the leader of the organization at that state level is chairman of the Democrat Party, and they lied to the newspaper editorial staffs all over the state. They said, oh, this isn't partisan. We're working with the League of Women Voters. There's a nonpartisan group, all right. I've watched them over the years, and my dear friend Bob Netzel used to get up on the floor and he'd say, what we don't need is any more of this crap from the plague of women voters. And I gotta say to you, he was right. How could anybody look at a plan that was accepted by 80 people casting their own votes out of 99 and regarded as somehow partisan? A majority of each party supported that legislation. Was it tough? Yeah, when you lose 2 congressmen, it's tough. Did we draw districts that will serve the people who are represented in them? Yes, we did. We are fortunate in Medina County, and I've always believed in this, we have 2 congressmen. We have Jim Renacci, we have Brother Gibbs. They both represent this county. My first districting role was in 1970. And I was able to get Ralph Regula, Homer Township, Harrisville Township, and the village of Lodi. And he came to this county every month and served it. We needed to have at least one sensible congressman, and the other one was Don Pease. And it was a wonderful opportunity for us to have that kind of representation.